Hello everyone, I hope you're doing great. In today's video, we are going to discuss about free consent. Every family has that one relative, the one who is always doing good business, always has new plan, always sounds very confident, and one day he calls you very casually like it's nothing. Arey, just let me use your bank account for 2 days. Small business transaction. I'll handle everything. You don't need to do anything. You say yes because he is your relative. You can't say no. You have known him for the whole of your life. You trust him. 2 days later, your account is flagged by the bank. Transactions you nothing about. Questions you can't answer. And your relative, when you call him, he is not picking up the phone. Now, tell me, did you actually consent to all of that? Were you informed? No. Did you understand what you were agreeing to? No. Was your consent truly a free consent? Absolutely not. And the law, the Indian Contract Act agrees with you completely. This is free consent. Section 13 and 14, one of the most important concepts in your CA Foundation syllabus, and after today, one of your easiest marks. So let's get into it. So, what is free consent? Let's start with the basics. Consent means both parties agree on the same thing. Both parties be on the same page in the same sense. But the law doesn't just want the agreement, it wants free agreement. What is free agreement or what is free consent? Agreement made without force, pressure, cheating, or misunderstanding. And according to the section 14 of the Indian Contract Act, consent is not free when it is caused by coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, and mistake. We will cover the first four in detail. These are one of those which shows up in your exam every single attempt. So let's move on to coercion. Coercion or free force or threat. Let's see. Coercion means forcing someone into contract using threats, abusing, violence, unlawful acts. Think of it as someone physically or verbally cornering you until you say yes. Someone says, sign this agreement or I will make sure your family faces consequences. What do? You sign, you don't have a choice. Not because you want to, because you're scared. That's all. That is coercion. That is not free consent. What is the effect? Contract is voidable. So voidable is what? The person who was forced can choose to cancel it later, can take it to the court. Simple idea. If the fear made the decision, it wasn't your decision. Next we will move on to undue influence or misuse of trust, it is called. So, what is it? Remember that relative from our intro? He didn't just threaten you, he didn't force you, he just used your trust in to get what he wanted. That right there is undue influence. Undue influence happens when one person misuses their position of power, authority, or trust over another person to get their consent. Common relationship where this happens: doctor and patient, teacher and students, employer and employee, guardian and child, parents and children. This happens. Sometimes you don't want to do certain things, your parents force you to do it. Right. This is one of the funniest examples. Example: a doctor tells a sick patient, transfer your property to me or I won't continue your treatment. The patient is really sick, bedridden, he has no one to take care of. The patient has no choice. They depend completely on this doctor. They agree not freely, but out of helplessness. That is undue influence. Effect: the contract is voidable at the option of the weaker party. Who is the weaker party here? The patient is the weaker party here. Got my point? Simple idea. What is the simple idea about misuse of trust? Effect is coercion uses fear, undue influence uses trust. Both are equally wrong. Next, we will move on to fraud. What is fraud? Fraud is an intentional right. Why people commit fraud? Intention to deceive someone, right? Fraud means deliberately deceiving someone to get their consent. Person knows they are lying. They do it on purpose to trap you. Seller says you go to a shop to buy a phone and the seller says this is a brand new phone, not a single scratch, works perfectly fine. You buy it, the next morning the screen goes black. This happens in real life scenario. Someone deceives. You go to the shop, buy something, and when you get it home, it is spoiled or it is not good. What does your mom say? Go return it back to the grocery shop owner. Same thing. It is voidable because you chose to return it. You didn't accept it. That is the nicest example. So over here, what happens? Phone case. The next day morning, the screen goes black. The battery doesn't charge. The seller knew. He lied on purpose. And this is fraud. What is the effect? Can go and return back the phone saying that I don't want this. I want refund. Simple as that. Right. The contract is voidable and the victim can claim damages in the court. Simple idea, intentional lie is fraud, and fraud means your consent was stolen from you. That's it. Next, we'll move on to misrepresentation. What is misrepresentation? It is an honest mistake. Misrepresentation looks exactly like fraud, but with one massive difference. The person giving false information here believes it is true. No intention to cheat, just from. Seller says this flat was full legal clearance for construction. Seller says this flat has full legal clearance for construction. He genuinely believes in it. He he read it somewhere. He's not lying. But later, what happens is, it turns out that the clearance was never granted. Legal clearance was never granted. The information was simply wrong. Earlier, he believed it to be true. Late, and he sold the property. And once when the buyer bought the property after like 1 or 2 years, he came to know that there is no legal clearance at all. So when he goes to the court, what happens? The contract is voidable now because it was a misrepresentation. Simple idea. Fraud, I knew it. It was a lie. Misrepresentation, I didn't know it. It was wrong. Both made consent unfree. So let's do quick revision. Let's get all four topics in 30 seconds. Coercion is pure, threat or force. Undue influence is misuse of trust or power. Fraud is intentional lie. Misrepresentation is unintentional false statement. All four, consent is not free, contract is voidable. Write that in your exam every time confidently. And let's go back to that cousin, the one who borrowed your bank account, the one who said just 2 days, I'll handle everything. You said yes, but did you really understand what you were agreeing for? Were you given the full picture? Were you given the time to think? No, you trusted someone and that trust was used against you. That is exactly why free consent exists as a law. Because the Indian Contract Act understands something very important. A yes under a pressure is not a yes. A yes without information is not a yes. A real yes is free, informed, and genuine. No coercion, no manipulation, no intentional lies, no honest mistakes that destroy someone's life. That is what free consent protects. And for your exam, remember this one line forever. Free consent is equal to no coercion plus no undue influence plus no fraud plus no misrepresentation plus no mistake. So all five conditions have to be met. Only then it will be your free consent. Suppose there is no coercion but there is undue influence. It is not a free consent. So either one of them is, then it is not a free consent. Now, since you have understood this very thoroughly, go study, revise the topic once more tonight, and the next time someone says, just trust me, sign here, you'll know exactly what the law says about that. All the best, you got this. Thank you.